Everyone, this is Mr. Ege, and in this video uh, is intended for the introduction of land surveying and topographical lines, survey lines, the architectural pad that takes place in the land. Okay, pretty much the way you see in the screen, and there are certain specifications, procedures to follow. Okay, when you're creating a land. Uh, After the building, though, you're gonna need to create the building first, and then land features starts operating and showing on the screen after you create the building. Okay, so let's go. Right now, I'm showing you the 3D view of the land and the building that supposedly be there. Okay, and land is going to be about 160 feet by 100 feet, and I'm going to just do it from the beginning. And the house, the building sits on the land, part of the land that called is flattened. Okay, that particular area is called pad, uh, building pad. Okay, but the rest of the land is literally uh, topographically inclined. Okay, according to the dimensions. So I'm going to demonstrate how to do that. So I'm going to erase or start a brand new drawing out of this, and I'm going to just simply go to file and create new. Okay, and when you're creating a new, select architectural template. Please do that because commands are not available in the other templates. Architectural template enables you to give the multiple commands that are going to be necessary. Okay, um, there it is. Okay, this is your screen. First of all, we need the construction lines for the land, and uh, basically go to the click on the architecture tab. You want to go to the model line, and this construction line is also model line, considered model line. Okay, move your cursor about the indicators. There are approximately zero point 0 point, and you're designing a line about 100 feet. Make sure that the angle of the line agrees with the direction. And now it's going to be, in this case, it's going to be flat 100 feet line. Feet mark is single quote, enter. Okay, and again, 100 feet vertical line, enter. Now you're going to probably say, hey, Mr. Ege, you said 160 feet. Yes, you're right. I just want to demonstrate you to change the existing lines if you create those lines in a different than what it's supposed to be. Click, and then you move your cursor back and click. All right, so this is 100 feet by 100 feet land, and but it's not imperfect. It's not perfect. It's an imperfect square. So hit escape key, and now we need to move the line. Okay, 160. And as you move it, computer will show you the distance that you're moving it from. Okay. All right. Um, number of the things you can do. Okay, when you select a corner, for example, you can change the angle of the corner, location of the corner slightly. Okay, and as you need it, that angle will change. You can also dimension measure. Okay, the angles as well, like this, and then you can just simply put it over there. Okay. Um, but basically, this is a regular line that represents your land for the building. This is just the beginning because it's not a construction line. It's just it's a construction line. It's that it can be removed later on, okay, or modified later on. We're going to plot a building by just going to architecture, click on the walls, select architectural walls, and pretty much whatever you like to design it first, okay? And what I had in mind is a building, okay, and multi-purpose building. And just remember, I'm not creating a particular building. It's a multi-purpose building. And when you create the building, computer understands that you're working on the land also a little later. And the roof is necessary, as usual, and you need to select the architecture and go to the roof. And the roof by footprint, okay. Usually they put it on the level 2, and you select the line command and create a roof, perhaps sticking out of the building walls. Again, this process may, in your case, may take longer than what I am doing right now, because the real purpose of this particular activity is literally to show the land, how to create the land. Okay, so if the roof seems to be in place, just click OK, or modify it if necessary, and then click on check mark. And the computer is at this point, Revit is at this point, is asking you, would you like to attach the highlight walls to the roof? Yes, certainly you like to attach it. Now, how did it go? What does it look like? You may want to take a look at it from the viewpoint, 3D viewpoint. Okay, that's more like top view is going to look like this. You're in the side view right now, okay? And you can literally select the entire building and then move it altogether to a better location, perhaps, or different place. Okay. All right. So now let's do the land. Okay. As you will remember, these are ordinary the land lines that represent the land, but it is not the land right now to the Revit at least. Okay. You can, if you necessary, you can erase it later on. But let's move our cursor over from the architecture all the way up to massing and site, okay? So we want to create a topographical surface. Because we want to create a topographical surface, you select the command from the top or group of commands, okay? And that particular command will give you access to elevations. So I want the current elevation start from 0 feet. So feet mark is called. So move your cursor over where the elevation says. It's little itty tiny little screen on the top left corner right over here. And set it to elevation 0. Okay. If there is a 0 elevation, relatively speaking, relative 0 elevation in your landline, we're going to move our cursor and place a point where it says on the right check mark over here. So this particular elevation you want it to be is a 0 elevation. So click on the place a point and move your cursor over at the lower left-hand corner of the land. Click when you see the pink area. Okay. And approximately, I'm going to put the next one is over here. Okay. Now, if I wanted to have more accurate those lines, I would be creating those lines, construction lines of these temporary rough draft construction lines on the screen before I would do it. Okay, but right now I'm demonstrating the procedure, the methodology you're going to follow. That's why I don't want to take too long time beyond your within your understanding, for the purpose of your understanding the procedure. So I selected 2 points right now, okay? And these 2 points, okay, representing 0 and 0, okay, elevation, all right? So I'm going to change 3 feet elevation. So I'm selecting again elevation point, typing 3 feet, okay? All right, enter. I'm sorry, there's a mistake there. 3 feet is 3 and quote, okay? And click on the place point. Now, 3 feet elevation will be around somewhere around here, and then perhaps here. And I'm selecting this point, all right? This is your 3 feet elevation. Now I'm going to change it to 6 feet elevation. So I'm switching to 6 feet, okay? And moving my cursor over somewhere a little bit more to the right of the 3 feet elevation, starting click here, okay? And perhaps um, click here, okay? Click here, and click a point over here. All right, that's my 6 feet elevation. And now I'm going to 9 feet elevation, the next higher point, okay, 9 feet. And click select point. I'm going to go move my cursor over here, perhaps here, here, okay, here, and perhaps here. Good. That's my 9 point. There is also 12 feet mark. Okay, that will be around perhaps around here. Okay, like that, perhaps this and like that. Okay, now contour lines are showing up as you see gradually. And from the 12 feet, I'll go to 14 feet elevation to pick the marks, 14 feet, okay? And the 14 mark is going to be about this corner, perhaps, and this corner, this corner, this corner, and this corner, okay? And don't forget the corners because this 14 mark is going to be here too. Okay, so I guess now we have everything, all the parts are ready. Click on the check mark over there, okay? And let's take a look at the 3D view of it, okay? What does it look like? Our house is literally embedded, and from the fact that we didn't consider the location of the house yet, okay? The entire land will be modified for our house. So our house is going to be sitting on the 0 elevation. So we're going to adjust that in a second, okay? So the land is almost finished. So everything is pretty much ready. And you can save your work if you like, okay, at this point, okay? Let's call this activity land by Ege. Use your name. Use your name. Your name is very important. Okay. So these are the contour lines of the land and land lines and everything. And those numbers has to be written on the land, by the way. The length of the land, the northwest, east bearings has to be written. But how do you get inside the building? How do you set it up to how much parking lot you're going to have? And all of these issues has been resolved at this point. Okay, so you have to think about the parking components and so on. So what do? We can create a sub-region. Okay, we can create a sub-region. We can create a building path. The building path, okay, is literally allows you to create any flat surface, okay, at any, literally. So click on it at any elevation. When you click on that, offset, default value for offset, okay, is 0. Okay, so I'm suggesting you go like select, okay, the building line, building pad line, and go around the building, perhaps, right? Like this. Mhm. With the left mouse button, you're making those selections, okay? There will be perhaps parking lot. Again, everything has to be close power line. Okay. All right. So you when you put the check mark over here, the building pad, okay, is going to demonstrate the location. And let's see what it looks like now. Okay, the building has been flat. Now we have a building pad generated. Okay, you could select a different elevation other than 0, but in this case, we're going with the 0 option. Okay. All right, that's about it. I mean, we're going to be using, okay, this contour lines, land with the contour lines, and after the build, designing the building, we're going to be picking the elevations of different elevations on our land. We're going to be generating a topographical surface survey of the land, and then we're going to create a building pad, okay? But all of this is going to take place after creating the building, any building. You can modify the building later on or any of those lines later on. I'm just offering you the methodology and order of the things to do. This is not intended to be a final product. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.